What's going on, people? Darden here, bringing you a quick beginner's guide to the Black Prior Hero. Now, these are just going to be some quick tips that'll help you get you going with the hero. This is for anybody who's just picking up the hero, or maybe you're having a hard time with him. I'm going to give you some quick, really basic tips that'll help you get some wins. Now, this guide is by no means comprehensive. There are a lot of other guides out there that are a lot more in-depth and advanced, but these are just some basic tips, some things that I learned with the hero that have let me be semi-successful when using him. So some quick things to remember when looking at him. Number one, he has a very quick light, and when you hit with that light, as you can see just now, you can always follow up with the unblockable shield bash when you mash X. That's a very good move. You can mix that up with either the shield bash, like I said, the light into the shield bash, or you can press the heavy and go right into a undodgeable heavy, and I think that's worth maybe like 30 or 35 hit points. I don't remember off the top of my head. And what you saw just there was another good move that you can start with, which will be my number 2 tip, is the heavy into the shield bash. Also, it covers a lot of range. That heavy into shield bash covers a lot of range. So sometimes some people they might be backing away from you. You can always, use that heavy, press X at the right time, and they'll do a shield bash. Other than that, he's really basic. It's nothing crazy about him. He is probably, in my opinion, one of the most balanced, if not the most balanced hero. I don't know how many people, are saying he's OP or anything like that. I haven't really been on the forums to really get the pulse of the community, but he seems pretty balanced and pretty good to me. So I'm going to be looking at some fights, as you can see, going on in the background, and also giving kind of like my what my mentality is into these fights and how he matches up against different heroes. So you kind of saw what was going on with the Berserker. You're going to see something funny here, me and this guy using the bulwark stance against each other. So interesting thing, when you fight another Black Prior, which will be pretty common in these next few weeks For Honor, because everyone's going to be using the hero. One thing that you have to keep in mind that I've learned is that once you hit someone with a light attack, and you see I take a loss here, but that's okay. When you hit someone with the light attack, you almost have priority to hit them with another light attack before they can hit them. I don't know if I'll show it in this video, but in another video I'll show you. His lights are really fast, so if you get a hit, 9 times out of 10, you'll be able to either trade or get another hit if you come with another light into a heavy. A lot of times people will try to hit you back when you hit them, but his lights are fast enough to make a hit, to get a hit, and then you can keep attacking until your stamina goes low. With people like Shaolin, they might also be able to trade with you because they also have fast lights, but when you're facing another Black Prior, once you hit with that light, remember, if they try to attack you, your attack will, 9 times out of 10, in my experience, your attack will hit them first. Sometimes, if they're quick enough, they can hit you with the bulwark stance, but other than that, you should be good to go. Now, this next match I put in, I'm here facing a Shigoki, and I'm putting it in basically because it's a what not to do of sorts against a Shigoki. So first thing, you cannot dodge backwards to avoid the Demon's Embrace. You got to dodge to the side, and you cannot dodge too early, as you'll see me do a little bit later in the fight. Another thing when facing a Shigoki, when using the Black Prior, facing a Shigoki period, when he has, and that, as you can see there, I dodged too early, and I got hit with the Demon's Embrace and broke my back. But so that's kind of a what not to do when facing a Shigoki. And as far as my personal strategy, as far as like a easy mode against them, is to just stay back and then go in only when you're ready to attack. As you can see me do here, He has an incredible mix-up game now with his new patch and with his new, adjustments and things that they've made to the hero. So again, as you can see, I just stayed out of his range. Try not to get into that mix-up business unless you know what your opponent is doing, unless he's being extremely predictable, like some people will do a top heavy into Demon's Embrace over and over, or a light into Headbutt, and you can pretty much predict it. If you're really trying to win, I ended up losing that last match, but if you're really trying to win, I just try to stay out of his range and then just go inside when I'm ready to attack. Now the last battle here we'll look at is against a Shaolin, and this is what I was talking about with the Black Prior's lights. They are very fast. Like, you'll see the Shaolin in this match, she's gonna try to do a lot of dodging and things like that, which is part of the character's kit. Some of his strongest moves are gonna come from his dodges and his undodgeable dodge, or whatever it's called. I don't remember. I play the hero a lot, so I do know, as you'll see there, he's gonna try to go at that top light, which is one of his stronger moves. So I do know the hero quite well and what he likes to do, what are his strong points. And as with any hero, if you know the strong points of that hero, you want to try to focus in on those. A lot of people complain, oh, people keep doing this, that, and the third over and over. If you know a hero is going to be doing something, you know how to stop it. And there he tries to dodge, but that light comes out really fast. Another thing to remember, as I'm going to show you once again, if you look at the bulwark stance, it comes out really fast. So as soon as you press the right stick down, when you go into that bulwark stance, you can pretty much go into that counter almost immediately, in my experience. Now, I don't know the exact timing, but I know it's like maybe a second or so, not even, maybe half a second before you can also counter. It's almost immediate. So you can react to a lot of moves from the bulwark stance. Unlike some heroes who have a full guard stance, the bulwark stance is very strong and you can react to a lot of moves. Now, what you don't want to do early on is wait, because that was one thing that would get me a lot, is I would use the bulwark stance, but I would not know how fast it came out. So a lot of times I would get hit with things because I would do it too early, because it comes out really fast. So keep that in mind when trying to use that move. And as you can see again in some of these highlights that I'm showing using the bulwark stance, it does come out pretty fast. It is reactable to attacks, to most attacks. And if you know what a hero is going to do, you could pretty much counter it. So it's a strong move. And like I said, in my opinion, he is a strong hero. So just a quick rundown, some things to keep in mind. He has really fast lights. Once you hit someone with the light, you should always follow up with either a shield bash or a heavy, which is undodgeable. One or the other. You can also double hit with that light. You can hit a light to one side and a light to the other, but sometimes people will guess and either counter you or block you, and whenever you get a hit blocked, it takes stamina, and that's a whole nother story. Another thing, his bulwark stance. There are a lot of different things you could do out of the bulwark stance. Once you go down in the bulwark stance, you can press heavy and go to an unblockable. That unblockable can be feinted, so you don't have to follow through with it. It's another good tool. Sometimes, especially inside of multiplayer matches or 4v4s and whatnot, when you have stats and things like that going, when you get in that bulwark stance, you have a perk where you can gain energy, and it really forces your opponent to attack you. But I won't get too deep into that now, but just know that you have a lot of options out of that stance. So if you know someone's going to try to guard break you out of it, which is pretty much the only way to counter the bulwark stance as far as I know, you can go into your heavy and hit them if you anticipate them to try to guard break you, or you can go into the heavy unblockable and then counter it. I don't have a video of me showing me countering it, but with the Shigoki fight, you do see me get the kill with that. So those are going to be his two most basic things, or three most basic tips for him. His speed is really good, especially for a heavy, especially for such a strong hero. And what you also want to do is mix these things up. This is going to go for any hero. Anytime I put out a guide for a hero, you never want to keep doing the same thing over and over. You just want to mix it up. But that's going to be it. If you're watching this and you have some more tips, some better tips, let me know. I'm still learning the hero. I'm at rep 1. I'm enjoying him. I think he's really balanced. Let me know what you all think in the comments below. And as always, thank you so much for watching. Hit all those buttons. Don't forget to do that. Hit the buttons. Hit the subscribe, like, bell button, whatever is there down on the bottom. Hit it. I think it all helps my engagement. And of course, comment down below. I do try to comment back to everybody. I don't have a lot of comments, so it's usually not a problem. But like I was saying earlier, thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video. Later.